Just to recap with this case, the problem with this one is that the script aggregation where it checks all duplicate records and deletes in the table. It did not work in prod cluster, it only works in QA and UAT, which is from the dev cluster. So the cause of this one is that the prod has way too large records compared to the other database. The prod has a million records, 4 million records compared to the QA and UAT, where it only had uh, 1 million and less. So what we decide is that this time we try to copy the the database from prod, or copy the collection, I mean the table, the collection, and export it and import it to the dev cluster and try running there just to verify it if it works in the dev cluster. And it did work in the dev cluster. We run the script, and so the next thing is we try running in the prod, and this time I try to verify it in the logs. So I generate a copy of the table or the collection in prod and try running the script. So I verified it when checking the logs. It did work in prod. So the next thing we did is we revised the script because um, it's we need to verify the number, what are those, or the number of duplicates that were discovered. So I created a new collection, which is app underscore backup. This is going to be the collection where the duplicates will be transferred before deleting them. So this is the new approach of the script. Um, Checks all duplicates and copy the duplicates to the backup collection, which is the app underscore backup, and then deletes the duplicates. So in this way, it's much more easier to check the duplicates. And another thing is that when doing this process, what I did is that just to check if just to check the number of duplicates per month, because what I did earlier, uh, I run the script according to by month. So, but when we move to this the most recent months, it has it's way more large records. So this is where I experience timeout error already. So as the record gets larger and larger, I change the approach. So this time, this is what I did. Um, I count records first, just to be sure if if I'm gonna be running away too long or not. So I count the records first. If the records are too large, then I'm gonna break into a couple of attempts. Instead of running in one attempt, I divided it into a couple of attempts depending on the days, so of the records that I've seen. So in this case, like for example in this one, so as we can see here, these are all the original records from the app before running the script, and after running the script, it decreases. So that means it deletes all the duplicates, and these are the duplicates that were discovered and have the copy on this collection. But however, when I move to the more recent months, where I experience timeout error already, so and this approach is going to be different. So I tried breaking this, instead of a month or a week or 3 days, I had it into a per day approach. So that's why on this portion here in the November, I changed it into this approach wherein per day I have 2 attempts per day. So like for example this one, I'm currently running now in here in November 7, which is going to be 11 a.m. to onwards. So I have the count of the records, original records. So now I'm going to run the script for the November 7, which is the 11 a.m. So this is going to be the November 7 and 11 a.m. and onwards. So I'm to run the script. So before running the script, check first the count of records, and then I'm gonna check that after running. So while running the script, I can also I'm also monitoring on the real-time monitoring if it's uh, reflecting on here in the monitor real time. So it will appear here, especially when it gets a lot of takes a lot of load. So while running the script, you can see here the collection app underscore backup. So from time to time, it will appear here when if it's in the hottest collection, like that one. So usually it's gonna take, depending on the more records it has, the longer it's gonna take to process this script. So after I run this script, I'm gonna after running the script, so I'm gonna run this another script or command where it checks. Again, it's the same command from here. It checks or counts how many um, records now after running the script. So, and then after that, I'm gonna count how many records in the app added with this date time range. So that's the process, and that's the